You know, if you are one of those people who seem to think that love can only be found in someone else, meaning you're obsessed with finding a relationship, the perfect person, I'm going to tell you that desire, that obsession, if you look down way, way down deep inside of you, especially if you're a person who finds yourself angry a lot, you're going to say to yourself, I'm good. I like being alone. I don't mind it. But then when you look down deep, the reason why you're so obsessed with relationships, how they work, how to make them work, why they don't work, why you don't have one, and why you haven't found that perfect loving connection. The reason why you're obsessed is because you're afraid you're never going to be loved. I can say that one more time. Way down deep. And I know this fear well. You are afraid that you're never going to be loved. So, the problem is, you're never going to feel love until you understand how amazing you, as a human, an energetic being in that meaty flesh sack of yours, until you understand how amazing you are, energetically as well as physically, on all levels, spiritually, emotionally. All of you is amazing, not just a piece of you, all of you. You just don't know how amazing you are because you haven't let yourself explore yourself, because you're too busy looking for love in other people. But we always attract to us, we always attract to ourselves those who are at the same level as we are. We don't attract those higher than us to us. Sometimes those people who are higher than us can see our potential, and sometimes they will be attracted to us thinking they can make us better, but that's going to be a toxic loop, and you'll recognize that quickly if you are aware enough of yourself and your patterns. But this is a message for anyone obsessed with relationships and wanting a partner. You need to learn to love yourself, all of yourself, completely, unconditionally, without judgment and with compassion. Once you do that, you won't feel the need to seek a relationship. It won't be an obsession. It'll be something that will just happen naturally when it's supposed to. In the meantime, you won't need it. So you'll be happy as you are, where you are, and you will feel loved. And so you won't have that fear of, I don't know if I'll ever be loved, because you love you. And then you won't have the anger either, because the anger is just to hide your pain from the fear, right? It feels better to be angry than to acknowledge that we're scared. It just does. And it's a good motivational tool to keep us growing and moving forward. Nothing wrong with using that energy, right, to propel us. But just know you have to learn to love all of yourself first. And then you don't have to plot out a relationship or plan it or learn about vasopressin or discuss how you're going to have a conversation. It doesn't have to be so much fucking work. It can just be one human being existing and another human being enjoying their existence so much that they want to be around them. And you happen to feel the same about them. Shit like that can happen, and it can be simple and fun, and it doesn't have to be so much fucking work. It's work in the sense that you always have to make sure that you're being sincere and honest in yourself, and that you're respecting and loving yourself enough that you're going to respect and love other people in a suitable fashion, right? You get what you give with interest. So it does take work in that way. You don't want to stop trying to be a better person. You don't want to stop growing. You don't want to stop evolving, expanding. So you're always working. But it doesn't mean you're working for one specific end goal for a person to love you. My kids finally woke up. Anyways, yeah, anyone out there, again, I'm going to reiterate this one last time before I say goodbye. Anyone out there who's obsessed with finding a partner or a relationship, and I'm not saying I don't have these cravings as well, but for me, it's more of a companionship. I don't have anyone that I can share my day-to-day with, but I also am well aware of things that I need to help me finish healing and growing. So being self-aware enough to acknowledge the things that I'm going to need in a partner is also extremely important, which you can't do if you're constantly just seeking a partner. You have to get to know yourself, which is how you learn to fall in love with yourself. So you really need to take time to be with yourself. So if you can learn to love yourself, you won't have that fear driving you obsessively to trying to find the perfect someone. You know what I mean? Anyways, I hope this finds whoever might need it. And I hope everyone's having a fantastic day. I'm gonna go now. Bye.